How are you?
I'm very average, but all the better for seeing you guys.
Glad I could make you smile. You see that? What we do here at Bloop.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Are we ready to go?
We all here? Oh, I've got
Yes.
Michael, I've got Catherine, I've got Tim, Manolo and Rosario. We're all here, we're good to go. And I have one unassigned participant who needs to go to connect. Okay. Okay, so yeah, take it away, guys.
Okay. All right.
Okay, good morning, everybody. My name is Zubin.
My name's Karan.
My name is Juan.
And my name is AJ, and we are Bloop Advertising, where we simply create happiness. So let us begin. So what do vinyl records mean to you? Are they historic? Are they antiques? Or are they just old? Or is it the first time that your mom pulled out her record collection and introduced you to her favorite artist, which was Bruce Springsteen, and also introduced you to your favorite genre of music? Or maybe it's the first time your dad pulled out his record collection and showed you that Michael Jackson was his favorite artist, and you used to spend hours and hours listening to those records before he came home just so you can sing along with him. And my personal favorite could have been at grandma's house, where you ruined her favorite record and she came screaming at you with the rolling pin. You know, those days before corporal punishment. And now we look at it as nostalgia, happy memories, love, like finding those records that mom, dad, and grandma used to play, or even searching for those songs to have those memories returned to you. And finally, nostalgia, of course, nobody can forget that world famous sound of that needle hitting a record.
Could you please repeat what you said?
Fast forward to today, there was a movie on Netflix that showed called The Get Down that aired in 2016, showing the 1970s Bronx and how a crayon was used for hip hop artists to actually mark on the vinyl and time how they used to mix and scratch their records, which actually went viral because people were wondering, like, is that true? Is that how hip hop music actually started, in mixing and scratching? And about 3.2 million viewers watched The Get Down, and their ages range from about 18 to 49. So if there's 3.2 million viewers watching a video about vinyl DJ music, then we have Night Sounds Entertainment. And they basically mastered nostalgia. Carlos Diaz is heavily experienced. He is the most experienced DJ that we have ever met in the vinyl industry. And he's been through 500,000 records, 500,000 vinyl records that he's actually purchased or sold on the market. And if you go onto his Yelp reviews, he has 100% customer satisfaction. That 100% customer satisfaction was just amazing to see, that so many people love his services and his shop. The only complaints that people had were that the parking lot was too small in front of his store. So we ask ourselves, why? Why is Carlos Diaz not doing as well as he should be? Well, that's because his social media presence. Now, Carlos, he's very experienced in turntables and DJ equipment. However, he's not experienced with the cell phone or a smartphone. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to help him consistently post things on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, as well as LinkedIn for corporate events, to have him have a better social media presence. But in order to do so, we had to show him some training. So basically what we did is we showed him how to use Adobe Spark Page to capture pictures at various events, especially with reputable people in the industry. And what he's gonna do is he's gonna create these stories and write down little texts about his experiences, not only as memories for himself, but also to share with his fans so they can see what an experience where Carlos feels like. Then we showed him Adobe Rush. In Adobe Rush, what we did is we showed him how to create videos, and he can also create his own YouTube channel where he can, you know, get some more social presence out there. And he can also show these videos on his social media sites such as Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Then we showed him Adobe Lightroom because we wanted to have a more professional look to his pictures. We showed him how to edit and kind of clean up his pictures before he puts them in Spark Post, which is the other program we showed him. And that's just to have a professional look on social media. So I showed him how to use templates and how to add photos and really make his post look professional so he can have that whole feeling, that good feeling of knowing that his customers know that he is really the man out there. So I'd like to introduce you guys to our campaign. Our campaign is basically based on Carlos Diaz, and we're calling Carlos the king of vinyl.
Okay. Next slide, please. So, a brief history about Night Sounds. Can you switch the screen, AJ? So, Night Sounds was founded in 1983 by Carlos Diaz. Before Night Sounds, Carlos Diaz was a well-known radio host in the San Jose area, primarily working for Radio SJSU. Night Sounds has over 40 years of experience in working parties and services. Some of the parties that he works for are for corporate events, weddings, school events, or any type of private events he gets hired for. And the services he has on the side include rental equipment for parties, including lights, speakers, fog machines, and even vinyls if necessary. His logo is Real Vinyl Doesn't Crash. It was extremely successful at the beginning, but then quickly got overplayed. Currently, Night Sound has over 40,000 records in his shop, making it the most vinyls in a shop, easily helping him become the true king of vinyl. Some of the observations that we got is luckily he has many strengths to work with. His 100% customer satisfaction helped create a loyal fan base, assuring him jobs throughout the year. His extensive work experience helped him become a credible DJ in the field, and not only does he get down behind the board, but he also has many other services, making him the well-rounded shop that he is. He is truly an industry expert. And like any other music store, some of the weaknesses that we have is music downloads, since we do sell vinyls at the store. Another weakness is that we have a weak website. Not only does it not inform the customers of what vinyls we have or what services we provide, but it also does not let them book the events that they want. Along with a weak website, we have a weak social media presence. No consistent posting on either social media platform, and no interaction with customers through the comments. Luckily, this leaves a lot of window of opportunity for us to improve. Carlos Diaz is really the king of vinyl, and like any king, he is really respected in the industry, giving him many opportunities to prove his skills behind the board. He also has, if we improve his website, he's gonna improve sales and expand productive line. Now he can put all 40,000 vinyls on his website to help himself in the comfort of his own home. And due to the pandemic going on, live streaming of music is really popular right now, and it's gonna open a brand new opportunities for him. Some of the threats that we have is that there are other competitive event services and other vinyl shops. Luckily for us, there's only 2 vinyl shops in all of San Jose and in the Bay Area. Another threat that we have is everybody thinks they're a DJ now with the new DJ services provided. But once they get an experienced DJ behind the boards during their party, there's no going back. And lastly, like any other music store, we struggle with streaming services like Spotify and Apple Music. So some of our target audience are male and female music listeners between the ages of 20 to 50 who live in the Bay Area or specifically in San Jose, who love and appreciate vinyl for the great music experience it provides. Next, some of our personas of our target audience are: Doug is a 36-year-old music lover. He attends concerts constantly. He loves to buy vinyls, and he always has a DJ for his parties. On the right side, we have Sarah, age 28. She's a beginning DJ starting off who also enjoys buying vinyls. She loves coming down to the store because not only do we have every vinyl she wants, but we have the knowledge to help her set her DJ career in the right path.
All right, thank you, Juan. And now with AJ talking a little about our client and what we've done with him, and Juan talking about the target audience, moving forward, I'm going to talk more on our client's position in the market currently. So to start it off, we're going to mention the coronavirus. We had an original plan that involved being together, meeting with Carlos in person once a week, trying to get San Jose State involved with the campus and the students. But given the pandemic, we had to call an audible. We had to make a play to action. We changed everything completely. And that's when we came with the King of Vinyl. This is relevant to all small businesses. There are some bigger businesses that are still open. As you guys may have heard on the news, there are some medium-sized businesses that will open soon. But Carlos is a smaller business, so he will not be opening. And as we've mentioned throughout this presentation so far, his online presence is not that strong. It's not that dominant. So it doesn't invite his customers to come online and shop with him or stroll through his social media and see what he has available. Also, it's a loss of customers because the shop's closed without that strong online presence. And with his services, he can't go DJ these parties. He can't have these events. He can't do any weddings because we're all sheltered in place. Like I just mentioned, Carlos's business is a smaller business. It's just him and his daughter running it. So they don't qualify for the stimulus package. Right now, he's not receiving any support from the government, state or federal. Everything that he's making is just on his own, which isn't much. So we'll get into how he says he's struggling financially. He's taking loans right now. And we have some third-party services and extended services we've thought of and brought together that we think will benefit him in the long run, just to get any revenue pumping through that pipeline as soon as possible. Just like I mentioned, extended services such as online shops, Facebook pages, communities where he could just get his name out there more to people who we're targeting that appreciate vinyl, that'll purchase from their homes during this pandemic. And some of those extended services, sorry for the pause, some of those extended services go back to our social media with live shows. I don't know about you guys, but for me, I've been on social media a lot, especially Instagram. I'm actually not on Facebook, but I know it's going on Facebook as well. You guys may have seen people are doing live concerts from their homes, because some of these big events like Coachella, EDC, whatever your favorite festival is or concert been canceled. I'm sitting here talking to the group, talking to Carlos, and I say, why can't you do that? So we told Carlos he should start going on live to get his name out there, show people that he's still in business. It could also help the community. And he has over 40,000 vinyl records in his shop right now. So there's a variety of genres he could play. With that being said, after going over the ideas with Carlos, Carlos loves the King of Vinyl idea. He wants to look into getting a trademark. So we said here at Bloop, we always got your back, even after this project. Me and AJ, we've talked to him about it. We're going to try to get that trademark for him if it's possible. And then these third-party services I just mentioned, extended services like eBay, those Facebook groups, he could put records on there all day, try to get a little catalog going, see what sales he could get. But then we heard from Reddit online about Discogs, and Discogs is a service, it's a website like eBay, but just for CDs and records only. People were saying they sold like 20 for a couple bucks here and there. And I was like, well, if they're making a couple bucks off of 20, what are they going to do with the guy with 40,000? Even if Carlos could dump those for 25, 50 cents a pop, that's still $10,000, $20,000 in revenue. That'll help him right now at least get through the rent phase during this pandemic. Moving on to coronavirus relief shows, like I said, online, hopefully in person to come soon with 6 feet distance and with all the social distancing going on. But this is just a good way for him to therefore push his own brand, push his image, provide people a time where they could leave their home where they've been cooped up all day at work, listen to different music that's out of their control. And as him being a DJ, he knows how to control the environment, really give the people what they need to relax them, to get them hyped, whatever the case may be, whatever they're looking for. And lastly, to be said, our new website that we put in place for him. I don't know if you've seen the previous website, you will soon. It's not that inviting or welcoming for clients or business partners or anybody for the most part, actually. But we've worked on his new website. We've updated it to where it's up to date with the newest technology, made it way more appealing, added in colored pictures. It makes you want to click a couple links, go explore and discover out, oh, what does Nice Sounds do? Oh, what do they provide? What are their previous events? Go to their gallery. But moving on with that, I'm not going to talk too much on that. We'll let Zubin take it away with the creative.
Okay, so I'm going to take you guys through the creative process for the King of Vinyl campaign. Starting with the website. So like previously stated, his website is extremely outdated. It's basically a Microsoft Word document posted online. So we wanted to make sure that he has a more professional website, so it gives a more credible feel for customers and anyone that interacts with the website. We wanted to make it more user-friendly. As you can see, the updated website has better links. It has links to all the social media. Another key aspect of the new website is that we made it easy for corporate companies or people that are planning weddings to schedule upcoming events through the website, which was not something that was previously on the old website. And we felt like that was an important aspect that we needed to add to the new website. Another thing that we wanted to focus on was making sure that when you type into Google San Jose Vinyl or San Jose DJ Services, that Night Sounds Entertainment is one of the first to pop up, because currently they aren't. So we wanted to make sure that Carlos is getting the brand recognition that he needs in the online community. Okay, next, as previously talked about, we're talking about the different live stream opportunities for Carlos Diaz on social media. So we want to introduce the barbecue mix, which would be a vinyl mix put on by Carlos Diaz every Sunday while we're still in this shelter in place. And this is a more family oriented one. So we wanted to do like a Sunday family barbecue theme for the music and have it on Facebook Live, so that people, when their families are cooped up during the shelter in place, that they can listen to good music and have the experience of a vinyl mix while they're at home. The second of our live stream opportunities is the second live stream opportunity is the live mix, and we wanted to do a Friday night live mix with Carlos Diaz. We consulted with other DJs that he knows in the Bay Area, and they said that the 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. time slot on Fridays is one of the most popular time slots to do music live stream on social media. So we wanted to, for his Friday night mix, we wanted him to do a rare records collection where he can showcase his vast collection of records on social media and show people the expertise he has when it comes to vinyl. And like we said previously, this would be every Friday, and as with the last event, it'd be every Sunday. So we want to make sure that he's putting on these consistent live stream events because it will drive more social media engagement for Night Sounds Entertainment. Next slide, please.
I did. It's maybe it's.
Oh, okay, got it. All right. In terms of social media, like I said previously, you want to make sure his posting is more consistent so that he engages his audience more. He does have a decent following on Facebook and Instagram of people of his customers that are extremely loyal to Carlos Diaz, and we wanted to make sure that he's consistently making postings so that these people stay engaged with his content. Something that we talked to Carlos Diaz about was putting videos on Instagram or Facebook, how-to videos in the vinyl and DJ aspects. So like, for example, something that he came up with was posting a video on Instagram of how to clean vinyl records and stuff of that source. Since we're branding him as the king of vinyl, we think that it's important that he has videos like this so that when people have questions about vinyl or questions about various DJ equipment, that he's the first person that they come to with questions. Okay, and lastly, we have the King of Vinyl branded merchandise for Carlos Diaz. This is basically for his fans and supporters to support him during the pandemic, and we think that it'll create, it goes along with the story of Carlos Diaz and will help create more brand awareness for Night Sounds Entertainment in the future for this campaign.
So here's a little recap of what we talked about today. I want to just bring to your attention that we talked about nostalgia, how vinyl records associate with the past, and they also are relevant today in the future. And there are nothing but good memories that surround vinyl records. And what we needed to do is we needed to train Carlos Diaz because he had this lack of knowledge in social media to put himself out there. So we really wanted to show him these programs so he can do everything himself in the future. And with the King of Vinyl campaign, what we did is we really did our research on the King of Vinyl. And basically, there is no King of Vinyl out there. If you research it, they're calling the King of Vinyl BB King. There is a Vinyl King, but he is a person who wraps cars with vinyl. So we really did our research into that, and he really has the opportunity to take himself out there and just, you know, when I told Carlos, I said, hey, we want to call you the King of Vinyl. He said, well, hey, I am the King of Vinyl. So he has his confidence behind it too as well. And he's really pushing to get a trademark and put a legacy on his name. He has 1 year left. If the corona pandemic, nothing stops, he would have only about a year to survive in this industry. So we wanted to really put a stamp on his name too and really help him out in any way we can as an ad agency. The history of Night Sounds Entertainment is really important to him. And we showed him his target market. We showed him how to do a lot of things. We're still working with him currently, even though this class is going to be over. I promised him that I'm going to help him with his website a little bit more, and I'm going to help him with listings on Discogs and anything we can do as an ad agency to help Carlos Diaz and with our creative approach that we have for him. And that's simply because we are Bloop Advertising, and what we do is we simply create happiness for all the customers that we have out there. That's it.
Any questions?
Okay, we've got 5 minutes for questions, people. So you can stop screen sharing now, AJ.
Oh, okay. Let me.
I have a question for the team. First of all, thank you. I thought it was a wonderful presentation and very obvious that you put a lot of time and effort into it and it looks very professional. So congratulations to all of you. I had a question about generating a revenue stream for Carlos and his daughter. Can you make money from an Instagram Live or Facebook Live? Can there be like a donate button or
No,
can you
there's
elaborate on that a little bit? Thank you.
I might have actually slipped up on mentioning that part. So yes, you can, especially if he becomes a strong influencer. We're talking long-term money to get his name and his brand out there to really get the traffic to his website or to the Discogs and eBay, but also with the relief sets, like the relief DJing we're talking about, on the Instagram Live, you could pin your Venmo, your Cash App, PayPal, GoFundMe, whatever link you want. So while he's streaming for an hour or two, and people, it's for free, really, it's just free promotion. But if people feel like they want to donate, they know the cause, they know him in the community, he's a small business, they're more than likely to maybe toss him a couple bucks here and there. So that's the goal with that as well.
I have 2 questions. The first one, as he becomes, quote, a online radio, in essence, is he going to have to pay residuals or anything like that?
Absolutely not, because I'm technically an online radio as well, and I don't pay anything. Everything's just pure profit for me. Even when I made $1,000 on Instagram Live 2 weeks ago, I didn't have to pay taxes or anything on it. It's all donations.
Okay. And the second question, do you feel that the target audience completely knows vinyl? In your promotional stuff, you've shown the Crown, King of Vinyl, but I don't see really anywhere showing the vinyl record. Is that still important to the target audience that you're going after, that they put those two together, or that they will get vinyl?
Well, the whole thing is we wanted to, we really wanted to find something to connect the vinyl with the audience, and we were having trouble doing that. And that's why we came up with the King of Vinyl campaign for Carlos. So Carlos right now is currently creating videos such as how to clean a vinyl record, or how to properly store a vinyl record, how to ship vinyl records, how to do things of this sort. So he's the one who actually has all the records, and he's on top of it right now to do things like that, to really promote the whole vinyl on his part. So on our campaign, why we did the King of Vinyl is because we felt like it is getting to a point where it's becoming like an antique, like a collector's item too at the same time. So we wanted to really highlight him as the most knowledgeable person in that industry. And we feel like that's what's going to bring in a lot of revenue is him. Because if you talk to Carlos and you really have a nice conversation with him about vinyl, he tells you all these things that you've never known before. Just a simple conversation will leave you educated with that man. So that's kind of what we did.
Adding to what AJ's saying is, through us revamping his social media, he's going to be able to express his passion and love of vinyls and show the community what vinyls really is to him. So we're going to use that as a way for him to reach out to the community.
Okay.
Do you think it's possible to get new users into the vinyl sphere, or is it just talking to purely existing, a fixed number of people out there who are vinyl lovers?
Well, with his online live streams, he can be able to reach out to this new wave of music lovers and realize that, hey, this guy looks pretty cool mixing all these vinyls together. Maybe I can do that. And they can have this new sense of love for vinyl.
And we're not necessarily trying to promote new vinyl DJs. I know a 17-year-old kid who buys vinyl just because his dad used to play vinyl in the house and he likes to hang them on his wall just as decoration. There's always the younger crowd trying to bring back the old thing and make it trendy again. So it could become collector's items. They can become used for house listens, or they can become a vinyl DJ as well. There's multiple use for an antique, as AJ mentioned. It doesn't necessarily have to go with playing it, but it's also, he's the King of Vinyl, but he also provides DJ services as well. Let's not forget about that.
Okay, thank you guys. We're going to have to wrap up, and I'm moving these fellas over to the next room. So
thank you
good
guys.
job. You guys stay in here until we don't leave this room until I bring you out, okay?
Okay.
But that's later, right? Like we can go
11:45.
to breakfast.
11:45. I'll let you guys out.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Good job, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, you too.